Hello everyone and welcome to part 1 of my Pokemon LeafGreen playthrough. I thought now would be a good time to start going through a new playthrough. Don't worry, I'm still carrying on with Soul Silver, just doing 2 at 1. I thought give you a bit of a deal. Okay, so it starts in the usual procedure. Professor Oak talking to you, telling you about the world of Pokemon. People calling the world Pokemon, and shows you a Nidoran female. So yeah, tells you some Pokemon are friends, some are pets, some are battlers. But, you know, I'm going to be using them for battling, and if they're good battlers, they'll be my friends. So I'm playing as a boy this time. I'm a boy, so you know, thought it'd be a boy this time. I call it Whalewar because that's kind of like my trademark name now. And Whalewar wins doesn't fit. You know, I think Whalewar it's an alright name. Seems to be working fine and dandy as it is at the moment. So yeah, you know, all okay. I like the way he forgets his own grandson's name. I think it's quite funny. But then I don't know how else they'd overcome getting you to choose the rival's name. Anyway, yeah. Pokemon Leaf Green was released originally 2003, 2004. Oh wait, no, I think it was 2005. I think it was 2005. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was 2005 because it was the 10th anniversary. Okay. So yes, speak to my mum and she tells me that all boys leave home one day and stuff, and I'm like, yep, they do one day. Mine is today. It's my day of leaving. So I go in here and speak to Daisy, Red's sister. It's actually called Blue, but you know, called him Red because can't be bothered to put any names. You try and go up here, and then Oak stops you, and he tells you that it's unsafe and wild Pokemon might attack you. So I have to go with him. So yeah, we walk back over to his lab. His lab where he keeps loads of Pokemon. And Red's there, and he's like, Gramps, I'm fed up of waiting. And you're like, for goodness sake, Red, be patient. And yeah. So Professor Oak's the man with all the Pokemon. And yeah. He's the Pokemon man. Okay. Yeah. Can't really think of anything to say. Okay, so I'm gonna go pick my Pokemon now. Nobody knew I was doing, well, people did know, but nobody knew I was starting today my LeafGreen adventure. So, you don't know which starter I'm picking. Could it be Bulbasaur? Could it be Squirtle? Or could it be Charmander? I've seen lots of people start with Charmander, lots of people with Squirtle, and not very many with Bulbasaur. But, you know, I'm going to pick Bulbasaur, I think. Yeah. Easy to raise. Yeah. But this is where the mistake happens. I pick Bulbasaur, and it has incredibly low IVs for nearly everything. Except for special attack. It has high special attack. But other than that, it's got really low IVs. But you know, I'm not just picking IVs, I'm going to train it well, like any other person would. It's just, yeah. Oh well. I call it Bulbos. Bit of a Spanish theme, you know? Yeah. I like Spain. Spain's cool. Hello to all you Spanish people. Okay. So he picks Charmander, conveniently being the type advantage to me. The only good thing, though, is that he doesn't have any fire attacks when I battle him. So I don't have that problem of having to overcome Ember or Flame Wheel or stuff. So yeah, he challenged me to a battle, and then Professor Oak bumps in and says, oh, Whalewar wins, you don't actually have a clue, do you? And I'm like, no, I don't. And I growl, which I think made me lose this match. Because, yeah, I was hoping I'd get fast, but I didn't. And I lose. You know? Then I was thinking, oh, great, this whole playthrough is going to be me failing with a Bulbasaur. So I've got to pick some better Pokemon. But I don't really care about EVs and stuff and IVs and things like that because, you know, I'm a fairly even trainer. Yeah. So, yeah, I talked to this girl and she's memorised one of the trainer tips signs, and it wasn't very hard. It's just press start to open the menu. But I think she's just there so you know how to open the menu. It wouldn't be a very good game if you didn't know how to open the menu, would it? No. So she mum rests your Pokemon for you, which is very kind of her. She's almost like a mini Nurse Joy, just without Chansey. Although Chansey doesn't really appear in the games much. Look, she's gone. Maybe she's a ghost. So we go up here and we'll go on here and walk up here. This is Route 1, by the way. Sorry, the unregistered Hypercam 2 is blocking it. I might use a different emulator, but you know, can ruin the picture. It still looks good. Oh well, never mind. Okay, so here's Pidgey, and I live with 1 HP, and I found that very lucky because when I first played through it, I lost to a Pidgey, and I was thinking, oh great, this isn't good. It's because Bulbs have such slow speed. We'll soon get rid of that. So I go and heal up, but you don't see that. Look, oh, but just do editing magic. Yeah, so this is Viridian City for people who have never played Pokemon before. This guy's telling me to deliver a parcel. There's a gym here, but you can't go to the gym until you've got 7 badges. So that we're not even going to try and go in because there's a man guarding the door. Okay, so we head on back to Pallet Town because home is where the food is. Home is where the heart is. Home is where everything is except for Pokemon because there's no Pokemon you can catch early on in the game in Pallet Town. Okay, pretty random, I know, you know, I go with the wind. I am random. Just a Rattata, you don't need to see that. I showed you one battle just so you know what the battles look like. Okay, so and if you go back in here, just to deliver the parcel, you speak to him and he's like, oh, thank you. How's my old Pokemon? Oh, it seems to be growing attached to you. You must be a talented trainer. What's this? You have something for me? And I deliver the parcel. And it's a special Pokeball. Maybe a slight reference to the GS ball, but it might not be. Okay, so here's Gary, and he says, why did you call me? Why did you call me? And Oak just suddenly remembers that he'd called his own grandson, and to give him a Pokedex. But you know, oh, I just accidentally called Red Gary. Okay, sorry, his name is Red, not Gary in this. Never mind. Bet none of you actually noticed. I'm going to get loads of comments below now saying, I did notice, but yeah, if you noticed, you noticed. If you didn't, you didn't. It's fine by me. Fine by me. Okay, so he says he's too old to complete the Pokedex now. So he's doing it through me. And he says to me, I hate to say this, but you don't need to do it because I'm going to do it for him. And I'm like, oh, we'll see about that. We will see. So yeah. Okay. I had a few more minutes, so I thought I'd squeeze in a few little bits and bobs. If you go up into your bedroom, these are things you don't have to do if you don't want to. If you're playing along with me. You go up here and into your room, and if you go on your computer, there's a potion there for you to take, and it could be quite handy as you go through the game. You go to withdraw items, and you withdraw the potion. It's in item storage, of course. And then you go back downstairs. And yeah, outside. And I didn't really have any time left, but I was going to do it. If you go in here and speak to Daisy, she gives you a town map. Although Red tells her not to give you one. If you speak to her, she'll give you one. Okay, that's that for my part 1. I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, bye.